Dear friends, my name is Marek. I am the Biblical Apostolate Coordinator of the Society of Divine Word. In a suggestive way, the Gospel about returning Lazarus to life displays the characteristics of Jesus, his friendship, his compassion, and his call to faith. Let's reflect on these three elements. First, friendship. Somebody said, a friend is one who comes to you when everybody else is walking away from you. A true friend shows his loyalty and closeness in difficult moments. And Jesus was friend of Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. But paradoxically, he is not there when he is needed, when his friend Lazarus has a problem, so serious one that he dies. They let him know about the illness of Lazarus, and he did nothing. He stayed where he was. A little later, even from the lips of Martha, Lazarus' sister, that gentle and at the same time painful rebuke came clearly. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. If he had been. And he wasn't. However, his absence is not a sign of his indifference to his friend's suffering, but forms a part of a larger God's plan, which includes the death of Lazarus and his return to life. We call Jesus our friend and rejoice experiencing his being close to us. But perhaps sometimes we also feel that he is not present, at the very moments when we would need him most. We let him know in every possible way about our illness, our crisis, our unhappiness and difficulties, and he does not act, and we feel disappointed. Perhaps, in light of the story of Lazarus, we need to ask, if he does not seem to do anything, won't it be because he has a plan that embraces even what looks incompatible with the solutions we dream of? Jesus, our friend, sometimes doesn't come immediately, just because he has something better in his plan. Second, compassion. The story of Lazarus describes the compassion of Jesus indeed intensely. His being deeply troubled, his tears. Jesus, the friend of Lazarus, manifests his humanity. He shares the pain. God does not always intervene to change the situation, but he always has his tears for us. He participates in our pain. Perceiving this dimension of God's closeness is perhaps more precious than waiting for miraculous solutions. Compassion is a sign of personal involvement in a relationship and a means of deepening it. Jesus' compassion reveals his involvement. And the third, faith. Jesus' acting in Lazarus' story is directed towards strengthening the faith. He speaks of faith when he sets out on his journey to find Lazarus. He says, Lazarus has died, and for your sake I rejoice that I was not there, so that you might believe. He invites Martha to open herself through faith to the reality that he brings. And even in front of the tomb, in prayer, he points to faith. To experience the friendship of Jesus, to see his tears of compassion, is possible with a heart that receives the seed of faith. That seed of trust in God's plan, watered by his word, grows and leads to experience of the resurrection that transforms the tombs of our disappointments into a garden of a new life. To believe means to build a relationship of trust, to let ourselves be embraced by God's presence, invisible but powerful. Have a nice day.